The first song you heard today was I Don't Like It, I Love It by Flo Rida featuring Robin Thicke. Hello, Music Access family. It's me, Music Access DJ, RP's Moon. And here's a quick look at our weekend corners for our Saturday show. It's time to tell us all about the text messages and SNS posts and messages that are meaningful to you. It's a corner for you to brag about your online and mobile social life through My Text and Message. And that's during the first and second hour on Saturdays. And Sundays are for us to wrap up the week by looking back at what happened and trying to write down our thoughts as though we would write in our journals or diary. A letter to a friend or family member is also welcome. We'll be back with Scribble Scribble tomorrow, and here's how you can listen and participate. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio application on your smartphones, and you can also send us messages through the app using the comment function. You can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. You all have been sending us some great song requests, so keep them coming by posting up on our message board under the title Request. Alright, let's listen to two songs before we come back with My Text and Message. We're gonna listen to 7 Years by Lucas Graham and When We Were Young by Adele. Reading your messages again and again. Reading through the messages I sent again and again. The messages I wait for. The messages that make me laugh. The messages that are precious to me. My Text and Message. Our special corner in corner for Saturdays, My Text and Message, is all about sharing the social media or text message that was the most memorable for you the week gone by. And it could have been a message that made you really, really happy or angry, or something that made you laugh out loud, or a message that made you really, really frustrated. Let us know which message was the most memorable one. Also, share with us some of the messages that you keep saved in your mobile device and why. Just write hashtag MyText on your message. Alright, the first text message we got is from Joyce. Hi Joyce, Joyce from USA. Hi DJ Moonoppa, this week went by super fast, especially because I spent my nights listening to Music Access and your sweet voice. Aw, you're awesome Joyce, thank you. I think my most memorable message I got this week is pretty much all the messages from my boyfriend. Ooh, Joyce had a boyfriend, I didn't know. I've been in a long-distance relationship for over 3 years now. Oh my God, with him living in Korea and me in California. And it's always nice waking up to a good morning text that he waits to send until it's late at night in his time. That's so sweet. But I can't believe that you guys are in a long-distance relationship for 3 years. I don't know if I could do that. That's amazing. Well, that's good for you guys. And Joyce also says, I'm always so grateful, but honestly, long distance is hard. I bet it is. I think that's why his messages are the most memorable. Are there any messages that are memorable to you for this week? And is there anyone in your contacts that you look forward to receiving a text or a message from? Like when you see their name on your notifications? Love listening to you. Bye. And have a safe and fun rest of the weekend. Hugs and kisses. Well, I text a lot. And I think one of the most memorable ones are, like, there's a group chat room with me, Exy, James, Enoch, and our producer. There's a group chat room. And we always send each other, like, the funny things that we find online. And sometimes it's like super hilarious, and I think I wait for that a lot because I know that when Exy or James or Enoch sends me a message, I know it's gonna be like a funny, like, capture from like the internet or something, and I really enjoy that a lot. So yeah, I wait for that. Well, thank you very much, Joyce. And we're gonna listen to two songs before we move on. We're gonna listen to Happy by Pharrell Williams, requested by Yayoi from Japan, and 4 or 5 Seconds by Rihanna Kanye West and Paul McCartney, requested by Hitomi from Japan. Alright, that was Happy by Pharrell Williams, requested by Yayoi from Japan, and 4 or 5 Seconds by Rihanna, Kanye West, and Paul McCartney, requested by Hitomi from Japan. And our next message, our next text, is from Suraya from Malaysia. Suraya says, one of my most memorable texts that I saved on my phone is from the guy I used to really like. He sent it after our first date, telling me that he had a great time being weird and hyper with me. Thanks for making me laugh so much. Even though we no longer dated, I still keep it in my phone because he was the first guy who gladly accepted me for who I am. Crazy, hyper, nerd, weird, and all. That's sweet. But I wonder why you guys didn't date no more. It would have been awesome if you guys, went out more. But I think it's great that you found someone that was able to accept you for who you are. And I think that's one of the most important things in a relationship, that you don't really have to act in front of them. You can just be yourself and they just love who you are. I think that's really important. And it would have been nice if you guys still dated. But hey, next time, right? All right. We're going to listen to another 2 songs before we come back with more text and message. We're going to listen to Miss Moving On by Fifth Harmony, requested by Ruzi from Indonesia, and Happy Little Phil by Troye Sivan, requested by Amy from UK. That was Miss Moving On by Fifth Harmony, requested by Ruzi from Indonesia, and Happy Little Phil by Troye Sivan, requested by Amy from the UK. And you're listening to Music Access with me, Moon, of the Royalpirates, and our next text message is from Jenny from USA. Jenny says, I received a confusing text today from one of my friends. He asked me if I was working tomorrow, and I said no, as I have been out sick from work for the week. Then he asked me if I could work tomorrow, and I was confused, so I told him that I no longer live in the same city as him. Then he realized that he was talking to the wrong Jenny. Uh-oh. That was an awkward, short conversation. I hope he now knows my number and has my last name so he doesn't make this mistake again. But it's true that there's a lot of Jennys, right? There's so many Jennys. I think I know like 7 Jennys. But I guess if you guys were good friends back then, it would have been a good opportunity to catch up and maybe, hang out again, right? I mean, if you guys don't live too far. I think that would be a pleasant surprise if I received a text message from an old friend that I haven't talked to in a while, right? Well, Jenny, thank you very much for your message, and we're going to listen to 2 songs before we move on. We're going to listen to 맨정신 by Big Bang, requested by Wong from Malaysia, and Baby Don't Play by the Wonder Girls, requested by Farhana from Malaysia. By Big Bang, requested by Wong from Malaysia, and Baby Don't Play by the Wonder Girls, requested by Farhana from Malaysia. All right, let's take a look at the next message. It's from Darcy Ann from USA. Dear Moon, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday too, Darcy. I found a Valentine note from my friend June in my SNX inbox. Ooh. It was nice to see. I posted a card back to him. He laughed, but I know he liked it. I have fun making cards online and posting them to my friends. And the next one I will be making is for St. Patrick's Day, since my family is Irish among the other nationalities we carry. Take care, Moon. I see you guys are part Irish, right? And good luck with June. He sounds like a Korean guy, right? I guess you're into Korean guys, and good luck with that. Thank you very much, Darcy, for sending in your message. And here's how you can participate for my text and messages. On Saturdays, you can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio application on your smartphones. And you can also send us messages through the app using the comment function. And you can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. And another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. And if you want to request a song, you should post on our message board with the title Request. Or if you want to participate in My Text and Messages, just on your title, just write My Text and Messages. All right, thank you guys very much. And we're going to listen to two songs. We're going to listen to 머문다 by Super Junior, requested by Ashwati from Germany. And we're going to listen to 천국과 지옥 사이 by Boa, requested by Taeko from Japan. You just listened to 머문다 by Super Junior, requested by Ashwati from Germany, and 천국과 지옥 사이 by Boa, requested by Taeko from Japan. And it's already the end of the first hour. And right after a short break, we'll continue on with our Saturday corner, My Text and Message. But in the second hour, we're going to introduce the messages that were sent by us, by you, our listeners. So make sure you stay tuned. And before we go, we're going to listen to With Arms Wide Open by Creed, requested by Nur from Malaysia. And I'll be right back.
Music Access.
Alright, that was Can't Feel My Face by The Weeknd. I just love this song. So groovy, right? I can't feel my face when I'm with you. Just love this song. And you're listening to Music Access with me, Music Access DJ RP's Moon. And here's how you can listen and participate. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio application on your smartphones. And you can also send us messages through the app using the comment function. And you can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. And another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. All right, we'll listen to two songs before we come back with more messages. We're gonna listen to Hands to Myself by Selena Gomez and Kiss Me by Ollie Murs. That was Hands to Myself by Selena Gomez and Kiss Me by Ollie Murs. And I'm Moon Kim of the Royal-Pirates and the host for Music Access. And you're listening to our Saturday corner, My Text and Messages. And continuing on from the first hour, we'll be introducing your messages sent in to us here at Music Access. And we'll also listen to your song requests as well. All right, let's take a look at the next text message. Is from Teresa from USA. Teresa says, Hey Moon. Hey Teresa. Happy Friday. Hope your day is going well. It's going great. Thank you, Teresa. How was your first week of DJing? As you can see, it was amazing. Of course. Teresa says, I hope you're getting the hang of it now and stuttering less and less. I don't know about that, but I'm trying. She says, I tuned in almost every day this week, but I couldn't yesterday because I was getting LASIK. I was really nervous right before, but my friend Chloe was with me to keep me distracted by talking about RP. Nice. It definitely kept my mind off the fact that lasers were going to be pointed right into my eyes. That sounds scary. Well, everything went well, and I can see 2020 now. Yay! Just in time to see RP in March. Can't wait. Until then, stay warm, stay healthy, and keep up the great work DJing by Teresa. Thank you very much, Teresa. And I'm glad that you can see 2020 now. Actually, a lot of you know that I have bad eyesight on my left ear, but my right eye, it used to be 2020. It used to be amazing before, but I think I don't know, I've been on computer too much, or I played too much games, or I read too many books. I can see things like pretty blurry. It got a lot worse. And a lot of things I can see are kind of like blurry nowadays. And I'm thinking about getting LASIK or LASIK, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet, but I'm kind of thinking about it, but it's good to see that you can see 2020 now. That kind of makes me want to get one as well. Well, get well, Teresa. Don't like overwork your eyes. I'm sure that it's still healing, right? So don't overwork it. And thank you for your message, Teresa. All right, let's listen to two songs before we move on. We're gonna listen to 준비됐나요 by B.I.G. requested by Miho from Japan, and Dum Dum by Red Velvet. 준비됐나요 by B.I.G. requested by Miho from Japan, and Dum Dum by Red Velvet. All right, let's see what we got next. We got one from Kim Min-jung from Korea. This is a short one. I died listening to your voice. Literally dead. What's your secret? Oh, but you're alive now, so you must be a zombie, Min-jung. Well, what's my secret? I don't know. Actually, my dad has a really good voice. I think it's much better than mine. Like, he has like a super deep voice. And I think that when I grow older, my voice might get deeper because I really love my dad's voice. He has a really like this charismatic, manly and deep voice that I really look up to. So I think it's from my dad. My mom also has like a really soothing voice as well, but I think it's mostly my dad. Yeah, let me read one more. It's from Mylene from USA. Aloha Moon, I'm Mylene and 22 years old. I'm turning 23 this year. I was born and raised in the Philippines, but I lived in Hawaii for 9 years. I live in Hawaii for 9 years now. I love photography, painting, drawing, singing, dancing, and playing guitar. I'm a really shy person, but if I'm around my friends, I'm really loud and crazy. I've been listening to Music Access since 2014 till now. That's all for now. Thank you very much, Mylene. You're a very creative person, I can tell. And you love art, right? You love photography, painting, drawing, singing, dancing, and you play the guitar as well. You must be super talented, Mylene. I never knew about that. And you've been listening to Music Access since 2014 for 2 years now. And I expect you to keep tuning in, Mylene. Thank you very much. All right, let's listen to two songs before we come back. We're going to listen to Run by 방탄소년단, requested by Shira from Malaysia, and 스물셋 by IU. Run by 방탄소년단, requested by Shira from Malaysia, and 스물셋, 23 by IU. All right, let's take a look at our next text message. It's from Vivian Chin from Singapore. Hi, Moon. I'm glad that your voice sounds better. Thank you, Vivian Chin, for worrying about me. You're so sweet. I guess the cold went away already? Yes, it did. But right now it's my turn to catch the cold. I just have a question. The recent IG post that Suyun Exy uploaded, in that video, did you say... did you say drop the panties? Maybe I heard it wrong, but I wasn't the only one that heard it like that. Anyways, I love you, Moon, James, Suyun, and Enoch. Bet you don't know who I like the most, Medong. All the best to RP for your upcoming concert. But I wouldn't be there. Why? I actually wrote in my hashtag MAF application. If you were curious, you can check that out. Oh, you're a very mysterious person, Vivian Chin. You won't tell us who your favorite member is, and you won't tell us if you can't be at our concert. You're very mysterious. In the video that Suyun Exy posted, God. Yes, I said drop the panties. There, I admit it. That's what I said. Does that solve your curiosity? A lot of people thought it was like either drop the bass or something like that, but yes, it was actually drop the panties. Yes, I hope it doesn't offend anyone, but that's what I said. All right, let's listen to two songs before we come back. We're going to listen to 잊어버리지 마 by Crush featuring Taeyeon, requested by Eka from Indonesia, and 그 이름 by 종현 and Taemin. 종현 and Taemin, requested by Unita from Indonesia. The songs you just heard were 잊어버리지 마 by Crush featuring Taeyeon, requested by Eka from Indonesia, and 그 이름 by 종현 and Taemin, requested by Unita from Indonesia. And you're listening to Music Access with me, Moon of the Royalpairots, RP. And here are our next messages. This one is from Akiko Ogura from Japan. Prince Moon. You call me Prince. You're so sweet. When you just talked about the RP members being your best friends, it was ever so heartwarming when you mentioned that Enoch had become another one of your best friends through working with you recently. I started out as an RP fan, and now I also totally in love with Enoch too. Well, that's awesome. Hope you guys will do great stuff together again sometime again. Cheers and congrats on finishing your first week, giving us listeners so much fun and love. Candy. From Tokyo. Your nickname's Candy. I might call you Candy from now on. And yes, totally, Enoch has become one of my best friends, and he's also a great bandmate as well. He's a little older than us, so he's very insightful in a lot of things, and he's been doing music all his life, so he gives us a lot of advice, and he gives us a lot of tips. And the way he performs on stage, he just puts all his energy into his performance, so that gives us like so much energy as well, and we just love that about Enoch. And you know, he's just a great guy, but he's so down to earth. Sometimes like people look at him and he might seem like a little like mysterious and like chill, and people might think he looks a little cold too, but if you really get to know Enoch, he's like a super like warm-hearted guy, like super nice guy. Thank you very much, Candy from Tokyo, for your message. And I'm gonna read another one from Yoko from Japan. Hi, Moon. It's a sunny day today, but cold. Do you like winter? No, which do you like, winter or summer? Take care of yourself. Spring is coming. Winter or summer? When I was younger, I used to like winter better because of the snow. Because I was able to snow fight. I can go sledding. I could go skiing. But nowadays, I think since it's winter now, it's cold. I look for the summer more. I'm really looking forward to summer. How about you, Yoko? All right, thank you very much, Akiko, Candy, and Yoko from Japan for sending in your message. And we're going to listen to two songs back to back. Think It Out Loud by Ed Sheeran, requested by Emmy from Japan. And What Am I to You by Nora Jones, requested by Narumi from Japan. All right, we'll come back after listening to one more song, A Sky Full of Stars by Coldplay, requested by Grace from Canada. A Sky Full of Stars by Coldplay, requested by Grace from Canada. And thank you guys so much for participating in my text and message. But it's already time for us to say goodbye. And the last song we're going to play for you today is 1963 by Rachel Yamagata. And this has been Moon from the Royal Pirates. And you guys have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.